So, yeah, you were right. People don't write letters anymore.
Mm-mm.
Do you like to correspond?
To what?
Do you... I'm sorry, I have to remember you're only 4.5. Do you like to write letters and get letters from people?
If they're nice ones.
Now, what about Aunt Bird and Alligator Owl? And
Oh, dear.
do you write letters with them? Where are they these days?
Well, Aunt Bird she's in our heart too.
Oh, she passed. She was quite old, wasn't she?
And she was latex.
Oh, what does that mean?
That means she was made out of rubber. And it perished.
Oh no! Did she fall apart?
She's in our heart.
Oh dear!
Don't worry.
Okay,
She's fine.
oh gosh.
And Alligator Owl, well, he's still around.
Yes.
Yep.
Is he a little worse for wear and tear?
He could be a little bit flat on one side, yeah.
Oh,
But he's not latex.
okay. Yeah, I'm not laughing at them. I'm laughing with you.
No, I know
Yes,
that.
definitely.
Yeah, I know that.
Okay.
So it's just me and Finnegan.
Yeah.
No, it's just Finnegan and me.
I see. Well, your English grammar is very good.
Is it?
Well, it's for 4.5.
Oh,
It's as good as mine, and I'm 41.
I didn't know I had an English grandma.
That you write letters to.
Yeah.
What was the best thing, if you can remember? Do you have a best moment when you and Finnegan were on a show with Mr. Dressup? What did you like about that the best?
I liked the drawings.
Oh, the drawings were great.
Yep, because he was very good at that. And you know what? He did them himself. Because, a lot of things you see on TV, they're not real.
Right.
But he was real. His drawings were real. He just stood there and drew things.
It was I was going to say spellbinding, to talk about spellbinding. It held my attention very well when Mr. Dressup would sit and draw pictures, because he would tell a story usually while he was drawing.
That's right.
That's a pretty that's pretty amazing skill to have.
Well, I can tell plenty of stories, but I can't draw at the same time. I can draw a little bit, but it's not much.
It's not the same.
No.
Yes.
No. Not as good as some people.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you liked it when he would draw things.
Yeah, I like that. And I liked it when we did dressed up in, he got things out of his tickle trunk and put on silly clothes, and we did silly things.
Did you know that there were so many children all over the country and the world that would watch you all the time, every single day?
No, I didn't know. But I knew they watched us a lot in Newfoundland. Because we'd sometimes go to visit people, and then we'd know that they watched us.
So you would you do a Mr. Dressup show when you visit people, or just chat with them?
We did one here on Hornby a very long time ago. I don't even know what year it was, because I don't remember years much. And we did it for the kids here and the grown-ups, and it was to get money for the library.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, because we didn't have a library then. That's how long ago it was.
Wow.
And a lot of the kids on Hornby didn't know who we were because they didn't have TV, because it was a long time ago and they didn't have TV yet.
Wow.
But they found out who we were.
And they met you for the first time and they liked your show.
Yes.
That sounds like a nice experience.
It was.
And have you been on Hornby Island all this time? Or
Since then?
Yeah, have you?
No.
You're just coming back for a visit today?
Oh, well, I'm sort of spending the summer here.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. But no, I've been to lots of places, but not around here. Well, yes, I have. I've been to Nanaimo.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And I've been to Victoria.
Oh, that's a pretty town.
And Vancouver and Newfoundland.
Do you and Finnegan make plans for the future, or are you living in the moment, as they say?
I think we're living in the moment because we're living in a puppet box, and that's kind of like the moment.
What happened to your tree house?
It is in Ottawa at the CBC Museum.
It's in a museum. So people could come and see where you used to live.
Yeah.
But you didn't want to live in the museum.
I don't like being in a museum.
No.
I don't mind going to a museum, but I don't think that puppets should be in museums because they look dead.
Ah. And you are very much alive.
That's because I have a hand inside me.
Ah. Wow. And Finnegan says he does too.
He does too.
He seems okay with that, though.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh.
On the other hand, this, and on the other hand, that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. What sorts of things do you guys like to do? Do you do any thinking games when you're in your box, or is it kind of like you're asleep?
No, I'm thinking all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm thinking about everything.
So now that you're out of your box right now, you're at the radio station right now.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to go maybe to the beach, or will you have a swim, or will you go to the free store?
Free store would be good, but is it open?
No, but it's always open. You can go there anytime you want.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I like the free store because everything's free.
That's a pretty nice way to do things, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a good way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And Finnegan likes that, too.
He likes it, too. They're a bit fussy about where you take dogs, though.
I've noticed that.
Yeah.
But sometimes we kind of break the rules a little bit around here.
Well, some dogs don't be as good as he is.
Because he probably doesn't.
Well, he helps because he knows what you're saying. But a lot of dogs, they don't know what you're saying, and they can't say anything to you, so that's why they get cranky.
Yeah. Oh. But Finnegan, you are very good at making yourself understood.
Yeah.
Oh,
he's been practicing.
I just love your face.
I do too.
So when you meet kids or grown-up kids like me,
yeah,
do a lot of us act kind of silly to be meeting you, or what do grown-up kids usually say to you when they meet you?
Well, one day a kid said that I wasn't the real Casey because the real Casey was in the TV set.
Oh.
That was a bit weird.
That must have been very interesting for you. And you couldn't make them understand that you really were the real Casey.
Nope. He thought I was, I don't know what he thought, but I wasn't the real Casey because Casey was in the TV. So there.
That's a funny way to think about TV, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's because people don't know what's real and what's not. I don't myself sometimes.
It is hard to tell sometimes, isn't it? Is that something else you've noticed about our world? There's a lot of things that seem real, but maybe they're not, or...
Yes, and I think it's good if you know which ones are real and which ones are not, but it's something you don't learn until you're a bit older.
Mm-hmm. Do you watch TV, Casey?
Not so much.
Yeah.
No.
There don't seem to be many shows like Mr. Dressup on anymore.
No, it's mostly all cartoon things.
Yeah, yeah.
And I don't like scary things, so I don't watch anything that has guns or anything like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, Casey, do you know that a lot of people they didn't know if you were a boy or girl, and they would try to figure out, is that puppet a boy or a girl? Mm-hmm. And they said, he, see, sometimes they'd even say he, because Mr. Dressup would call you a boy, but a lot of people weren't sure, so they would say that puppet is androgynous. That's another big word. That means is like a boy and like a girl.
Yep.
Did you know that people were talking about you that way?
Yes.
And what do you think about that?
I think it's good, because if you just say, well, one time somebody said, well, not just one time, it happened lots of times. They'd said, are you a girl or a boy? And I'd say, what do you think? And they'd say, you're a girl. And I'd say, yes. But if they said, you're a boy, I'd say yes. So then they don't know, do they? No, because if I'm a boy all the time, then what about all the girls watching the show?
Right.
Or if I'm a girl all the time, what about the boys watching the show? And anyway, when you're 4.5, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
And Finnegan doesn't care.
No, he loves you because you're you.
That's right.
Yes. It's nice when you're a boy or a girl to see yourself on the TV. If I was a girl and all I ever saw was a boy on the TV, I might feel left out.
Yeah, I think that's what I was trying to say.
Uh-huh.
But that's true.
Yes. So, are you a boy or a girl?
Yes.
Ah!
I got you.
You did get me. Okay. Wow.
What do you think?
What will I think?
Yeah, what do you think?
I think you're deliberately androgynous. I like it.
Am I?
Yes.
Deliberately. That's nothing like spell checking.
No, or writing letters either.
No.
Yes. But I did have to look it up in the dictionary today.
Did you?
I wanted to make sure I knew what I was talking about.
Oh, it always helps if you do.
I was very excited to meet you, and I knew I would be nervous.
No, don't be nervous.
Okay.
I'm not nervous.
I'm very glad to hear that.
Yeah.
What do you think of radio?
What do I think of radio? Well, I think of radio, sometimes I think it's nicer than TV, because when you're listening to radio, you don't have to sit in front of a box and stare at it. You can do something else at the same time.
That's very nice, isn't it?
Yes.
Especially for people who like to do things like garden or cook, and
right.
we can get things done.
And also, if you're listening to something on the radio, you make up your own pictures.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're watching something on TV, you have to watch the pictures they show you.
Radio is very good for our imaginations.
Is that the same as spell checking?
It's like make-believe.
Oh,
to know how to make our
leaf.
own pictures, yes.
Not maple leaf.
Not maple leaves. And it's important to be able to get exercise. So if you're sitting in front of a box, you can't get any exercise.
That is true, too.
Do you guys you seem very healthy, both of you. Very trim and fit. You like to exercise?
Yes. Mm-hmm. I like to go for walks, and Finnegan likes to run around.
I bet.
And sometimes we like to go in a boat.
Oh, a boat.
If somebody takes us.
Well, yes, it's good to have a friend with a boat.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was wondering, do you know what a friend of yours gave me to borrow a record that you guys made for Alligator Al's birthday a long time ago?
Oh, yeah?
With Mr. Dressup.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been listening to the songs. You used to sing a lot of songs on the show.
I knew every song. I'm not sure I can remember them all now, but I used to know every song.
Do you remember the song Magic Penny?
Yes.
I love that song so much. I have it on the record here. I was wondering if you guys wanted me to play that song.
Sure.
And I think I'll play that song, and then we'll come back and we'll have to say our goodbyes, because we're going to meet a very good friend of yours in a minute.
Oh, okay.
How do you feel about that?
That's probably okay.
Is there anything else you'd like to say to people who are listening at home on Hornby Island?
Just that it's a lovely place, and you should make sure you keep it that way.
Mm-hmm. How can we do that, do you think?
Be kind to it.
Be kind to it.
And be kind to each other.
You know what I really want to ask?
What?
I've always wanted to hug Finnegan. I was wondering if I could have a hug.
You could.
Okay, I'll put the song on, then we'll have a hug. Okay,
okay,
this is a great song called The Magic Penny.
I guess we could all do with a bit more love in this world. And you know, the more love we give, the more there is to go around.
All right. I really love that. Love is something, if you give it away, you end up having more.
Yeah. I wonder what we'll do when we don't have pennies anymore.
That's going to be very interesting, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Be a magic something else.
Magic nickels, magic loonies.
Magic nickels, magic. I don't know.
It's not the same, is it?
Not quite.
Yeah. Well, when I listened to this record and I heard that song, I remembered you guys singing it. It made me so happy to meet that song again.
Good.
Yay. Well, I have another person I'm going to come in and talk to.
Yep.
And I think you might know her. Her name is Judith.
Oh, yes.
Is she a friend of yours?
Yep.
Oh, well,
most of the time.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
Is she crabby sometimes?
No, but sometimes she forgets to put on a new sweater for me.
Oh. Well, it's good that you look very handsome and pretty today. You look both handsome and pretty.
Thank you very much.
Yes, and Finnegan, it's just been such a delight, and that was such a nice hug.
He says you look handsome and pretty too.
Thank you. Right on. Okay, yeah. Well, you guys come back and visit anytime, okay?
Thank you.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.